been thinking about how we've got our own ideas about justice. And so does the Empire. And what's coming? It's not just a battle between us and them. It's our ideals that are fighting. Whoever wins will say they were right, and the other side was wrong. And I get it. That's how it goes. But nobody's willing to talk or compromise. So we'll fight to the death to prove the other guy's wrong.
Sylvain, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, we're literally about to have a parley with Edelgard, and you're saying nobody's willing to talk or compromise? Did you pay attention at the last War Council, is what I'm asking, my man.
It won't be an easy battle, but let's make sure we come back.
This dialogue is so stupid. It literally makes no sense in this route.
Maybe.
One last time saying hello to mom and dad.
Professor?
Where are all the cats? I need to feed the cats. Yeah, Sylvain was busy flirting with girls when Dimitri went to talk to Edelgard. That sounds about right.
He intends to speak to the Emperor? She's his stepsister, I know, but this seems risky. No, I'm not. I'm sure he's thought it through. If the two can settle this diplomatically, that would be the best way out of this mess. No more bloodshed.
This is such nice character development for him, and this is one of the things, one of the ways where the writing was actually really good. Because in the other three routes, Felix remains the battle-thirsty, usual self that he was as an edgy teenager. He never grows out of that. If anything at all, he gets worse. He gets almost suicidal in some routes. Whereas in Azure Moon, he actually grows up out of his edgy teenage phase and instead goes, yeah, maybe actually ending things without bloodshed instead of always just looking for a fight is a good solution. I'm like, that's character growth. Good on you, my man.
Let's just hope he doesn't become so overwhelmed with emotion that he's unable to strike her down, should the need arise.
Oh, don't worry about that. We've got like 9 other people to make sure that she dies. So, you know. Yeah. They all grow up so fast. I hope my friends are safe in the fort. They'll be fine. Yeah, the thing about Felix's willingness to fight against his own father and Dimitri in the other routes is... I don't know if it's in all the routes, but I know in at least some of the routes you can talk to him after Dimitri dies, and you can tell he's actually absolutely crushed and kind of regrets what he did. So that doesn't help.
Wanting so desperately to speak with Edelgard, just as we're about to fight. Could it be that the prince is having doubts about killing her? I suppose they're the only ones who fully understand the extent of their relationship. He's certainly changed from the vengeful person he once was. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm actually relieved. A king who's responsible for Fodlan's future can't exact personal vendettas and have a cold heart.
So yeah, it's a bit more of a formality, but yeah.
We'll be heading for the capital soon. So much rests on this moment. Will the war really be over if we take the capital? Yay! I'm sure it won't end right away, but that's still great.
Well, it's gonna end as soon as the messengers get out.
A peaceful future is waiting at the end of all of this.
Like, obviously, people who are fighting, like, way west of the Empire are not gonna know that Edelgard is dead until, like, a couple days later when the messengers arrive.
I hope this is the final battle. Don't you, Professor? When the war is over, everyone will be busy with their own lives. But let's all meet up again someday. Right here at Garreg Mach. You, His Highness, my father, our monastery friends, the knights, everyone. It was just a silly whim I had, but I really
we did kind of miss the Millennium Festival.
And I'll bake a bunch of desserts for it. Reunion sweets. All we have to do now is win. Let's get to it, Professor.
Reunion sweets. I mean, we did miss the Millennium Festival, so it would be nice to get together at some point. Alright, moving on. Caspar.
That's right. It's such a relief that we've made it this far without having to fight my father.
I think both of those lead to great responses. We're just gonna take the first one.
Are you trying to scare me? What if he turns up while we're charging the capital? But still, I wonder what'll happen to him if we win.
I don't remember if it was Silver Snow or Verdant Wind, but in one of the routes, Caspar's father actually, after the Edelgard is defeated, willingly agrees to let himself be executed as long as his men are spared. So he's not an incomplete jerk-ass. He does actually have some redeeming features about him.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Momentum's really picking up for this final battle, huh? Even I'm starting to feel tense. Me! Enbar's history goes back 1,400 years. That even predates the founding of the Empire. It's one of the sacred sites of the Seros faith, so it's a pretty big deal. But hey, no need to worry about the monastery while you're fighting the final battle. I've got it covered. I'll defend it to my last.
Yeah, we know how this turned out last time, so I'm not very confident. But yeah, just hide in a cardboard box, Casper. Just hide behind a bush. It's gonna be okay.
It's like this. I used to work for Cornelia in Ferdiad. I only followed her because I didn't want to die. But afterwards I felt so ashamed I wanted to die anyway. I still can't figure out why I did it. Anyway, I'm glad you did what you did. From now on, I'm going to devote myself to the kingdom and fight for what I believe in.
Good on you.
Yes.
Right. While on some business, I went to see how the kingdom capital is getting on. There are still some things to work out before it can be restored. But generally, things seem to have calmed down. It's on its way to resuming its old
There is
energy.
a fly in the
I
room.
think this will end up
Nice.
being a better kingdom than before. I really believe that.
Yep, the kingdom is going to be fine, don't worry.
Hello there.
We are just going to buy all of this
This one,
man's
yes?
smithing stones.
This one, yes? I think
And
this
all
one,
his
yes?
black sand steel, and that's pretty much the only thing we need from him.
Hey, well,
We don't need anything from you.
Interesting. Seems like the war is gonna end soon. Once the dust settles, it'll be back to rolling in fat stacks of gold for me.
We're not gonna accept this quest because it's really not needed. We can't fight anymore, so it's not like we can even complete this quest anymore.
Right.
Battalions should be fine, I think.
What do you require?
Oh,
Farewell.
let's go. Where are all the kittens? Oh, there's one. Hello, kitty. Wood steel. And this cat is done. Too bad. I was hoping it would give me mithril. Smithing stone. Too bad.
We're heading up to Embar next. I hope I make it back safe so I can tell my little sis about it.
I hear they got a neat opera house there, where Manuela used to perform. What was it called again?
Ha! That's the one.
Mildew Plank Opera Company.
My little sis always goes on about how much she'd like to see him perform. I know we can't see a show, but do you think we could at least see the building?
We are going to see the building, but fuck me if I remember which one it is. So,
I wonder what the Emperor looks like. I bet she's really scary. Oh, you don't think so? I've never seen her, so I was just guessing. She tried to destroy the kingdom and the Alliance, and order the capture of the Archbishop, right? I don't know. Someone who could do such terrible things just has to be really scary looking.
We're going to get there, my dude. We're going to get there. Why am I only getting wood steel from these cats? I want mithril. This cat is full. Okay. That one is full as well. Let me get to the... I need the third kitty. There we go. Let's go. Arcane crystal. Smithing stone. Whatever. No luck with these cats. Okay. Can I at least get 2 chickpeas? Of course not. So we can't finish our supply run quest. There is no point in... yeah, they're gonna be such chonkers when I'm done with them. I can't finish my supply run quest either because I don't have 2 chickpeas. So that one is just gonna hang out in our quest log. I'm sorry. And we've got 2 people up here, so let's see who we have. Ferdinand. Let's go.
Professor, at last. The end is nigh. I love the Empire. Part of me wants it to survive. But I know that is not reasonable. The Empire's time has come.
Again! If I were Byleth, I would be like, let's keep the Empire intact. Let's give them a Prime Minister instead of the Emperor. We have somebody who's been practicing for the role since he was a little kid. Like, let's go.
The kingdom is battle-scarred. The Alliance is in tatters. People must be terrified. The world is crumbling around them. What we need now is a mighty leader who can rebuild Fodland and rule it as a single nation.
No, we don't.
Nonetheless, it saddens me that we will not have an Adrestian emperor.
Ah, I wish all the roots could just chill with all this forced reunification.
At last, we've come to the final confrontation. Ruin to the Empire. Glory to Fargus. Of course, to be perfectly honest, I would have much preferred to march against the Empire at the head of the Alliance. But I suppose I have Claude to thank for denying me that satisfaction, don't I?
Okay, so instead we're cheering for Fargus. Okay, I can live with that. Yeah. But I mean, I'm being serious. Like, Ferdinand has been taking his role very, very seriously. He can be a bit oblivious sometimes, and he can have his head up his ass occasionally, but he is actually very well educated in matters of state. He is a decent person. He would actually make a very good candidate for Prime Minister, and for somebody to actually, you know, rule the country. But no, apparently we can't do that.
Professor, my mother might be in the city. I don't have many good memories of her, if I'm being honest, but she's dearer to me than my father. If you happen to see her, please make sure she's not caught up in all the fighting. She's only a civil servant, so hopefully she takes a cue from her burning and stays inside.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Professor, I keep thinking the war is near its end, then it isn't. When can we finally put this dreadful war behind us? That would be wonderful. Imagine the last moment of combat, then peace. It sounds like a fairy tale. I want to make this a world where there is no fighting, where children can grow up happy and safe.
Don't worry, we're getting there. Ash, let's talk to you.
Professor,
Returning to the monastery brings back so many memories from 5 years ago. Hard to believe we only spent a year together here. So much happened that it felt a lot longer than that. But it was all so exciting and so much fun. Honestly, I think those memories are what's kept me fighting this long. What was that year like for you, Professor?
Terrible. Every single month there was a lot of shit happening. Yeah, it was fun.
I don't think I could ask for a better answer. Let's all do our best to survive this, so we can come back here when it's all over. I know that's what I'll be doing.
We had some students that got experimented on. One of my students was kidnapped. My dad died. The village that helped us got burned down. But other than that, there was an assassination attempt on the Archbishop. I had to kill one of my students' father. I had to kill another student's brother. Aside from that, it was an awesome year.
Once you set out on your next mission, you won't be able to have a proper meal for a while, right? You should eat up while you can. Build up your physical strength to prepare for the mission.
Yeah, we absolutely should.
That damn Dimitri guy plans to chat with the Emperor. Can you believe that nonsense? Really though, we've been trying to kill each other, and he wants to shoot the breeze? Is he dumb or just insane?
Oi.
That effect? You two are birds of a feather. You ask me, they should throw some fists and be done with it. Guess it's up to the one true king of grappling to talk some sense into old Dimitri. When I'm done with him, he'll be ready to
Oh
brawl.
my. Although I would pay to see a fist fight between Edelgard and Dimitri, let's be honest. Mithril! We finally got Mithril from a cat. Hooray! Oh my god. This cat is the best. Thank you, little Ordelian kitty. Alright. Oh, who are you? The Margraves are heartless. Huh? What you talking about? They aren't. Yeah, Mithril Cat, you are the best. Thank you so much. Do I actually have enough Mithril now to forge one more weapon? I do! Oh my god, thank you, Mithril Kitty. That was very good of you. You know what? Just because we can. Let's have meals with our Blue Lion pairings.
I like this.
This is my absolute favorite. How did you know, Professor?
Just because we can.
Oh, this takes me back. I used to love this when I was a child.
I like this dish. It was my father's favorite.
After the fighting's done, we should all go on a gourmet's journey around the world. What say you?
That sounds like fun. What do you think, Professor? Up for a culinary adventure?
These two. Alright. Felix and Annette, where are you? There you are.
That looks appetizing.
Ooh, I love this stuff. Did you know that?
And Ash and Happy? Yes, there we go.
This looks delicious. Let's eat.
Wow, this is all
all kinds of tasty.
Alright. Done. Save. And there we go, that was our final exploration.
Professor, do you think Edelgard will show up?
Well, well. It's been a long time, Professor. And hello to you too, Dimitri.
Edelgard, I did not think you would actually accept my request.
Call it a win. Well then, what did you want to talk about?
I will get straight to the point. Why did you start this war? There had to be a way to change things in your territory without the need for so many senseless casualties.
The fun fact is actually in Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, which is basically an alternate timeline spin-off game. Edelgard did implement the reforms in her own territory without the church lifting a finger to stop her. And then she still decided to attack. So, yeah. No sympathy from my part.
It may be hard to believe, but this is the way that leads to the fewest casualties in the end. Don't you see?
How could I? Countless people have already lost their lives in this conflict.
The longer we took to revolt, the more victims this crooked world would have claimed. I weighed the victims of war against the victims of the world as it is now, and I chose the former. I believe that I have chosen the best path, the only path.
Even after seeing the faces of those who have suffered the ravages of war, you would still force them to throw their lives away for the future? You are obsessively devoted to this war, and deaf to the screams of its victims. You cannot change the cycle of the strong dominating the weak with a method like that.
You're wrong. That very cycle is exactly what I have devoted my life and my power to destroying. If after all of this, you believe the weak will still be weak, that is only because they are too used to relying on others instead of on themselves.
Yeah. Pretty much every disabled person will have beef with that.
Yes, perhaps someone as strong as you are can claim something like that. But you cannot force that belief onto others. People aren't as strong as you think they are. There are those who cannot live without their faith, and those who cannot go on once they have lost their reason for living. Your path will not be able to save them. It is the path of the strong, and so it could only benefit the strong.
So you consider me strong, do you?
Dimitri be like, hey, here's a legit criticism of what you're trying to achieve. And Edelgard responds with, oh cool, thanks for the compliment. I'm like, what? Girl, are you even listening to anything we're saying?
Even if one clings to their faith, the goddess will never answer them. Countless souls will be lost.
That is not the point,
living
Edelgard.
without purpose. And I can be counted among those who have died that way as well.
Yeah.
But that's why I must change this world, on behalf of the silent and weak.
And do you intend to become a goddess yourself? Will you steal the power to take action from the broken-hearted masses you claim to defend? The ones who can truly change the way of the world are not the rulers, but the people. Pushing your own sense of justice and your own ideals onto even one other person is nothing more than self-righteousness.
Maybe it is self-righteousness, but it doesn't matter. Someone has to take action and put a stop to this world's endless, blood-stained history.
Do you not believe in the power of the people to join together and rise up? Humans are weak creatures. But they are also creatures who help each other, support each other, and together find the right path. I have learned that humans are capable of all that from the Professor, and from everyone in my life.
I doubt a highborn person like yourself could know how the poor feel or what motivates them.
This is especially rich because we find out from, there's actually a advice box question where Dimitri asks, like, I have spent the last 5 years living in the slums. How can I truly help the people? Like, what can I do to actually make their lives better? Dimitri literally has been on the run, living on the street, in the slums, for the last 5 years. I'm pretty sure he knows more about the suffering of the poor people than Miss Empress Edelgard. So, yeah. And also, yeah, Dimitri knows what it's like to be lost and weak and just not in the right space of mind, and have to rely on other people, and how relying on other people can actually be incredibly helpful. So yeah, for him, this idea of everybody should just power through themselves is absolutely atrocious, because if he had tried that, he would be dead, and he would have killed so many other people in the pursuit of his personal vengeance. Like, that's just no. No.
This is nonsense. Though I'm finally starting to understand how you feel. But that makes it even clearer to me that we can never fully understand each other.
I feel the same. I finally understand. What you believe is right.
Goodbye, Dimitri.
Wait, Edelgard. There is something I must give you. This is for you. Use it to cut a path to the future you wish for. And I will rise up to meet you there.
Somewhere, Sylvain is having a heart attack and he doesn't know why. He's like, motherfucker, he gave another girl a dagger, what the fuck?
Elle! So it's true. You're really going away? Going back home?
There's nothing I can do about it. It's all happening so fast. I'm as surprised as you are.
Elle. Here. I want you to have this. Elle, listen to me. No matter how hard things get, you can't give in, okay? You've got to cut a path to the future you wish for, no matter what.
It's a dagger? Why would you give me something like this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't think of anything better to give you.
Edelgard, what are you doing? It's time to go. Hurry and get in the carriage.
Oh, I'm sorry, Uncle. I have to go now.
They were so adorable.
I remember now. You gave me a dagger all those years ago.
I'm still sorry about that. I should have given you something that would have made you happier.
Perhaps. At the time, I was quite flustered by such a dangerous gift. I left without giving you a proper response. And that was the last time we saw each other.
True. It is a sweet memory, with a bitter ending.
I'm afraid it will do no good to reminisce, Dimitri. That girl you knew back then is gone. As good as dead. But I'll tell you now what I wasn't able to tell you back then. Thank you, my dear forgotten friend. Because of you, I never lost my heart. As for the future, that will be decided in battle. King of Fargus, as the Emperor, I shall await your arrival.
Can we just shank her now? It would have been so much easier, honestly. I have a sword, right? Why didn't I not just go stab? Done. Problem solved. Oh well. I guess because we need 2 more battle maps, so let's go for it. Oh, right, and we need to pick who we romance.
Sorry. It looks like I'm going to have to leave you now. One day, I hope you'll give this ring to someone you love as well as I love her.
I am a big fan of Love Yourself, so nobody else has to. And so we are going with the little gremlin in our head. Seriously though, I think it's really nice for Byleth to just fully accept herself as who she is. The reincarnation of the goddess and all that. Let's go. Cool. So I think we already repaired everything, but just to be absolutely sure. Oh no, we didn't actually. Okay. Repair all the stuff. It's not like we're gonna need this anymore. right. Let's go. Final 2 maps. Here we go. Assault on Anbar. Yes, let's deploy.